You're watching from yeshiva to the library. If you see Deutschland, you right away think Nazis, but I'll help you out. Just found a beautiful book on the White Rose. I'll send you a link below, and I'm going to show you a project that the girls are doing. It's about gender inequality. Very nice. Thank you for letting me. These nice people here. Hi. Nice T-shirt. What does it say on the back? Deutschland. That's right. Yeah. I was watching girls do a project on gender inequality, and they're asking questions. How does it affect everyday life? How does it affect people who don't have to worry about it, right? Like, there's a guy that's off the derech, right? He's taking drugs and he's suicidal and he dies. But what do I care? I have my shachris mincha ma'ariv. I have my God. I have my kiddush. I have my kavod. What do I care that a poor guy is gonna cut his wrists and jump off a balcony in lower Manhattan? A girl is gonna kill herself. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother my God. A selfish God makes a selfish man. So the shaila is that Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, or it's a different God that you picked up in America somewhere? Or your grandmother made it up. She perverted the pure idea. So yesterday we spoke in the WhatsApp group about a question that I thought was resolved long ago. But it's never too late to teach, and you always have to teach again. You learn it from religion, how you're supposed to say things again and reiterate things that are assumed to be simple, and everyone should know, but there's no such a thing as a stupid question. So I saw a book on the shelf, and it was about the White Rose, and the White Rose is the first thing that came to mind in the discussion we had of whether belief in God makes people better. It's simple. And one young man, yeshiva boy, I say to yeshiva boy because that's where their education stopped. It didn't continue to the library. So it could be a yeshiva boy that's 40, 50 years old, and he behaves like that, and he doesn't attend his cousin's wedding or his friend's wedding or bar mitzvah because he's behaving like a teenager, a confused one at that. So we wanted to know if God is good, if the belief in God is good, not whether he exists or not, or whether he's a good God. This nobody knows, because nobody knows his mind, and they don't know why the pain and suffering that we visibly see in the world is whether it's a good idea, whether he has a master plan, whether it's a secret. I don't want to get into the childish apologetics about comparing it to a surgeon who's cutting someone and he looks like a murderer with a knife in his hand, but he's really saving someone's life. I won't get into that, but I think So in Germany, one of the good examples was White Rose was a students group who opposed Hitler, and they did not survive because they weren't stronger. The survival of the fittest. Hitler decided what religion was. So anybody that had a Kantian, Immanuel Kant's idea of religion, of the goodness in your heart, and of course you have to be a good person. You can't come to religion and be a cruel, sadistic, or indifferent person who could watch others suffer and says it's not my business. You can't come to religion and expect it to work. Usually religion doesn't work unless the person converting or coming in, joining, is already a good person, right? He has to be a moral person. It's hard enough to control the ones who are born into the religion, who have the birthright, to make sure that they are all naturally inclined to be harmless and good people and contributors to society, and people who have rational distinction between good and evil. So if you're just a joke, so the girls are doing this gender inequality. I'll leave you a link below so you could read about it in a very short way that you could understand it. And one of the questions is, how does it affect daily lives? And the question is to me linked with anti-Semitism. What does a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant care if Jews are suffering? In Germany, the Jews were 1%, or identify as Judaism, and whether it was Catholic or Protestant was the highest percentage. So religion didn't do it for them. And it doesn't mean religion makes you bad. It could make good people do bad things. That's overwhelmingly the case. However, it doesn't mean that every religious person is inclined to be cruel and evil, even if the fundamentals or the doctrine, his Bible or his Quran, is full of hatred and worse, that leads to bloodshed and genocide. Still, people can compartmentalize their belief in a war god and still be peaceful people that would love everyone regardless of your color and your origin and the language you speak, and whether you're a Canaanite or an Amalekite or just an ethnicity. I met someone yesterday at a shul, and he's an Assyrian. It's a Semitic group, Assyrian. And I said, that's amazing. They have a monument in Tarzana here in California for the Assyrian genocide by the Ottoman Muslims. So I thought that was interesting because it's a group that has many interesting links to Israelites and Hebrews. So I wanted to look more into that. I never had a chance to look it up, and I would love to get a little bit of a background about it. So in Germany, those who believed, who were against killing people, killing the weak, the Nazis weren't just killing, they were killing people who weren't good enough for the useful. So before the gas chambers, they had trucks. If you could see here, the Nazis used mobile gas vans to exterminate disabled patients. And there was a pope who opposed it, a Roman Catholic bishop. But that doesn't mean that belief and the church is not capable of doing genocide themselves in the name of God. Inquisitions, believing that you're doing a favor to those who you're destroying by saving their souls, and such supernatural beliefs, when translated into a natural world, can lead to great problems. So I'll leave you a link of does morality come from God? And the answer is, which morality? American morality, or a morality of tolerance based on ethics that we have that has evolved through the generations? We believe that you shouldn't own people, and you shouldn't treat women less than anything important, where her opinion matters. Absolutely. Just want to end off with the joke. You remember, if you follow the Hasidic What the Fuck Moments on Facebook, it's a page that follows funny moments with Hasidim. You have a guy standing outside the White House protesting education on gender equality. So he says, he has the fish tank glasses with the chusidl, and he says, they educating, making the kids do sex with the kids and the boys. He had no concept of what sex ed is, and what education about people who are different is, and why it affects us today. Just like anti-Semitism, does it affect? What if I'm a Protestant and I'm white and I'm not Jewish and I have no Jewish friends or no Jewish cousins? What do I care that a couple of Jews are on a boat and they're about to be drowned or be gassed? What does he care? So, same for the gays. What do I care? I have a Bible. It says that it's not good, and if you're born that way, you fell out of God's compassion. He could have made you be born straight and white and privileged and rich and in an educated family, and instead you're gay and you're black and you're in a poor neighborhood and you have to suffer. Only a person who has literally no soul could feel this way and think this way. And it's unfortunate that this happens in religion, that you could have people who could be so I'm not interested. I got a minyan. I got a yard site. I got to go. I'm busy. And they can literally partake in a tolerant world and enjoy the fruits of a tolerant world, a world where people do not judge you based on things that are beyond your control. They will judge you if you're cruel. They'll say, you're nasty, you're cruel. Why'd you skip in line? That's not nice. Why'd you take that lady's parking space just because you're faster? That's wrong. But they won't judge you based on things that are beyond your control. You're just born that way. Especially religion, you're born into it, and and everybody has the right to take as much time as they need to mature from it and to realize what things you were taught that were wrong, or maybe they were true once upon a time, but now they're not true. So enjoying a society that is tolerant and you yourself are intolerant is unfair. Thank you for watching Sheni V'Chamishi.